Alright YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to talk about a topic that is commonly discussed online when you have failure to feed issues. There is a very simple fix for many failure to feed issues, especially with new builds like this one. I built this one some time ago and I've had a bit of FTF problems with it. So I figured if I'm gonna fix it, let's just fix it together. And I will kind of walk you through how to do it. So first things first, trigger warning as per the usual. There it is, there's the trigger. All right, weapons cleared, no mag, no round in the chamber. Just like always, we are going to pull the trigger. Click. Okay. And disassembly. Very common with Glocks. Okay, so the frame. We're not really going to do anything with the frame for this one. We're not really going to do anything with the slide either. But we do need the barrel. Ooh, she's a little dirty from my last range trip. Alright. Looks like I need to clean this one. So first things first, we're going to start off with a small piece of 120 grit sandpaper. You can also start off with 80, but I usually like to start off with 120. Then we're just going to take something like a punch. This one's got a little bit smaller of a handle than this one. It doesn't really matter what size you go to, just as long as it meets up with that surface nicely. Okay, so then we're going to wrap it around here tightly. You can also use a pencil or any number of other things to help you in this. So I know you guys have heard it when you ask around online. Hey guys, I'm having some failure to feed issues. How do I fix it? Have you polished the feed ramps? Well, how do I polish the feed ramps? Well, this is how. All right. You're usually going to want to work in a back and forth kind of way. Kind of follow the path of travel of the bullet. So I'm just going to go ahead and brace it up against my table. I'm just going to kind of work that feed ramp a little bit and try to polish it up a little bit, get it cleaned up. If you take off the coating, don't worry about it because you're going to want to take off the coating anyway. So the other thing is, if you're not quite digging into it enough, like you can see the stripes on there. You can see the stripes on there from the machining. You kind of want to take those out as best as you can and just really relieve that breakover angle a little bit better for the bullet. Allows it to center up in the chamber a little easier. And you're just going to keep doing this until that whole area is nice and smooth. Probably shouldn't have Copenhagen in my mouth while I'm trying to make a YouTube video that requires narration. But, redneck's gonna redneck. And you do want to stop and check that breakover periodically. And make sure you're not digging in too deep. Making sure you've got fairly even pressure. And see how nice and shiny that Joker is looking now? There we go. Go ahead and focus. All right. See how good that looks now? So, it doesn't take long. Doesn't take a lot of effort. You don't really have to bear down on it. You don't really want to use a Dremel for something like this because you want this to be, you want it this way, right? So back and forth this way. And a Dremel is going to turn this way. which is going to be opposite. It's going to be perpendicular to the path of travel of the bullet. You want to take these lines down this way to kind of help ease that bullet into place, because if you put lines in it this way, you know, back and forth here, it's actually going to create more resistance on that bullet. It might actually make your failure to feed problems even worse. So I'm going to keep working this for a little while, but this is about good right here. That's really all you want to do. And you know, if you have a range available for your use on a fairly regular basis that you don't really have to pay range fees for, you know, i.e. a friend's house, backyard, mag dumping into trash, whatever it is, then I would highly suggest that you do this little by little, reassemble, and test fire the weapon prior to going too deeply with it. So, doesn't take a whole lot, just a little bit at a time. All right, and I'm gonna call that about good. Nice and even, nice and polished up. You can see I'm starting to ease into that breakover up here on the top of the ramp pretty well. So, ba-doom. All right. All right. Put everything back together. And if you have snap caps, I would highly suggest using a snap cap for this next part. But I've already got a hot mag loaded up and ready to go, so I'm just gonna, nope. Well, look at that. So I've got a little more to go here, as evidenced by that. See how the slide didn't go all the way back in the battery. So, all right, but that's pretty much all she wrote. I'm going to continue working on this slide, but I can kind of try to break it down and show you the mechanics of it. So that breakover right there. Right there. All right, so basically when your slide comes forward, it's going to want to grab the back of the shell right there, and it's going to push it forward. It's going to nose up right there up against that breakover point, and then just kind of up and in, doop doop, like that, and it's going to force itself into battery. So that's what you're trying to help. Okay, that's the area that you want to polish up. You don't want to get into the chamber of the barrel. Okay, you just want to hit this area right here. You don't want to get too deep into the chamber with it, because then you can create all kinds of other issues like case swelling and all that. So, all right, hope this helped, guys. Have fun and happy shooting, happy building. Bye.